It's real talk. It's real talk. Yeah. Welcome to Real Talk with your host, Chip Washington. It's real talk. It's real talk. It's real talk.
And here we go. What's good, Memphis, on this extraordinarily hot Monday evening in the city? Chip with you. It's 6 o'clock straight up, which means it is time for an all-new and live edition of Real Talk Memphis. Glad to be with you on another 100-degree day. That's what it was. The official high today, right now, it's about 106, 107 is how it feels. So obviously, we are in the midst of this August heat wave. We're going to see 100 degrees again tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, slightly cooler with a 40% chance of rain. So there might be a slight shift in the temperatures, but not a whole lot. All the hot weather rules apply. If you don't have to be outside for extended periods of time, please don't do that. I mean, seriously, this is the kind of heat that will take you out before you even realize it does. So anyway, check on your children. Make sure that they're doing okay if they're running around outside, or don't walk your pets until after the sun goes way down. I mean, the low tonight's going to be in about 80-something, so it's not going to cool down that much, but enough for them. Let me see here. So in reference to the show, welcome. We have a pretty good show for you tonight, we think, and we hope that you will tune us in. Hey, look, it's too hot to be messing around outside, so go inside, hit your social media, hit your radio if you listen to us on radio, or your social media platform, or whatever it is, however you find us, Facebook Live, you can do that as well, and enjoy the next hour of this fine piece of radio broadcasting. Speaking of, how do you get this fine piece of radio broadcasting? I'm glad you asked. You can find us a number of ways. We are on 91.7 WYXR right now. You can hear us live. You can also find us on the WYXR app. We are on the TuneIn, TUNEIN app as well. We will be live streaming this evening on Facebook Live, so you can find us there. And, of course, the next couple of days, we will, as we post the show, you will be able to find us on YouTube if that's your thing. And we're a podcast. So as Lola likes to say on her show, you can find me wherever it is you get your favorite podcast. You can find me on all podcast platforms in this fine radio show. So go out and do that and have a good time with it. In terms of our guest tonight, Sarah Carpenter. She is the executive director of Memphis Lift, which is a children's and parents advocacy organization. She's always on the front lines when it comes to education. She will be on the show in just a few minutes, along with LaShanta Rudd. And a little bit later on, we will be speaking with Dr. Aaron Jagers and Daryl DeGraffin Reed is his name, DeGraffin Reed. Did you know that Southwest Tennessee Community College has an aviation program? They're teaching folks how to fly out there. This is the big deal, a very big deal. So Dr. Jagers, who is over that program, is going to tell us a little bit about it. And Daryl is one of the aviation students. So I look forward to hearing that and having that conversation. And a little bit later on, marriage is something that can be a challenge for many. It could be frustrating for many, depending on the situation and circumstances that you're in. I have a marriage counselors joining me a little bit later on. They are married. Patrick and Shemika Herrington will be joining the broadcast in the second half hour. They teach, obviously, marriage counseling, but they do it from the biblical perspective. It's kind of unique the way they do what they do. And so we look forward to hearing from them as well. Excuse me. So there's your lineup. We hope that that's enough to keep you occupied and focused for the next hour or so. In the meantime, let me see. Somebody just texted me and asked me what time. What time what? I don't even know what that question means. But in the meantime, you know what we do on this broadcast? We do a little thing where we shout you out. Everybody has a birthday. And if you have a birthday today, this is your day. Many of you celebrated over the weekend. I went to a birthday party over the weekend. And that person's birthday is not for another couple of days. But it was a great party. So this is what we do. A little shout out. A little thing called the shout out on this broadcast where we shout you out. And we recognize you for being born. But I can't do that until I say, hit it, Lola. Happy birthdays going out to the following folks. My cousin, Rick Salone. He's celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Rick. Arnitria Bowman celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to Gary Goin. Does that name sound familiar? If you ever go to a Grizzlies game, his band is up there playing. They jam all during that basketball game. Gary Goin celebrating today. Happy birthday. Kay Leas Atkins celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to Linda Big Baby Bernard. Ron Johnson celebrating his birthday today. And very close family friend, Jeanette Cookie Perry. Her birthday is not today, but her birthday is a couple of days from now on Wednesday. I told her that was her birthday party I went to over the weekend. So I would shout her out on the big broadcast. So happy birthday to each and every one of you, including you, Jay Cookie. And Lola, ladies and gentlemen, has stepped up to the mic. Lola.
Happy birthday to my bestest friend, Ashley Smith.
Ashley.
And her mom. They share a birthday.
What?
Yes, Miss Renee Smith. Happy birthday. I love you guys. I can't wait for the festivities this weekend.
Oh, Lord. Another party. Well, happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to everyone who is celebrating and who has just recently celebrated. We salute you. And from all of us here at Real Talk Memphis, we hope the day is filled with, of course, love and laughter. And we hope to be with you next year on your next trip around the sun. Thank you. It's Bren, ladies and gentlemen, on board here this evening. And I guess are we doing Facebook Live? Is it on? It's on. Okay, because on my phone it ain't. I don't know what. Okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, I got you. All right, very good. Okay, so let's do some news and notes, shall we? Yes, we shall. First things first, this proposal in reference to the possibility of a new jail complex out in the New Chicago area has gotten folks on fire. I mean, people are really starting to talk about this. Now, there was some protests over the weekend. There's going to be a big community meeting going on this evening. It's probably going on right now. So you're going to have to split your time between that and my radio show. This has gotten folks really inflamed. And I would say by the informal survey that I took that most folks are against it, and there's never been a proposal. However, the county commission is going to take it up in their committee meeting on Wednesday. So if you don't have anything to do, you might want to wander down to the county commission and see just what they're talking about with all of this, man. This is supposed to be a complex that would have the men's jail, the women's jail, and juvenile court. It's part of the big plan there. So over there by the old Firestone plant, folks, you all live out there in North Memphis. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's too popular a deal as of right now. West Memphis, Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, the kids had an extra day off today. No school because why? They have no water. They are under a boil water alert out there right now. They're handing out bottles of water. I know they had a giveaway this afternoon. Apparently, some issues with the water plant, 2 big ones out there. And as we come on the air, I don't think anything's been fixed out there. So they still have issues with water, and I hadn't heard whether the schools are going to be back in session tomorrow or not. But invariably, issues like this tend to take a bit of a while. All right, and the court case began today of the alleged mastermind behind the Young Dolph murder. His trial began today. Hernandez Govan is his name. He's charged with murder, conspiracy, and attempted murder in the death of Young Dolph. This trial has already garnered some headlines for the folks testifying in all of this. And somebody said, this was a hit, and this guy Govan was the one that issued the orders, talking about $100,000 bounty on Young Dolph's head and the whole 9 yards. So we'll get to the bottom of this. They did arrest a couple of guys who were apparently the gunmen, and one of them had his trial last year, was found guilty, and will spend the rest of his life in prison. So we'll keep up with that trial and find out what is happening with that. That is a quick look at news and notes. And so we'll take a quick commercial break. And listen, before I go to break, I know a lot of us deal with this heat every year. I know this is nothing new. I get all that. But again, I think people need to pay more attention to what is happening. The last thing I want to do is report on somebody who's a child who left a child in the car, and they came out to the car and the child was dead. Or, someone hanging around outside. They're building houses, new subdivision behind where I live. And I'm looking at guys on that roof up there doing that work. And I'm just, God bless you. I hope they're paying you guys like double, triple time to get out there and do all that in this heat, because it will tear your body apart. Let us take a break. And when we come back, we will continue the broadcast on this Monday. What's today? The 18th? I think it is, right? The 18th. Another month flying on through. The next time we talk, it'll probably be getting close to Thanksgiving? I mean, time is just going so quickly, it's not even funny. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into it on this live Monday edition of Real Talk Memphis. I'm Chip. You know who you are. Don't go away. We'll still be here.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page, and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
Support for WYXR comes from Halloran Center Presents, featuring the Jenkins Family Reunion, a soulful murder mystery experience in partnership with Princeton James Productions. This interactive dinner theater experience includes a night of mystery, music, and more on Sunday, August 24th. More information and tickets at orpheum-memphis.com.
Want to reach a passionate audience who loves Memphis's arts and music scene? Sponsor WYXR and connect your brand with the city's creative community. More information at wyxr.org/sponsorship.
Programming for WYXR is brought to you by a grant from the Hyde Family Foundation, who is committed to creating a better future for the city of Memphis by supporting initiatives that enrich our city's cultural landscape.
I'm Patrick Tamburino, host of the Techno Strategist podcast. Join me as we navigate the ever-evolving world of IT managed services and beyond. We'll explore everything from selecting the ideal tech partner to the forefront of cutting-edge technologies, all infused with my own unique perspective and hopefully a touch of humor. Don't forget to tune in to the Techno Strategist on the WYXR Podcast Network. For more information, head over to wyxr.org.
Whether it's a clunker or a classic, your car can keep Memphis grooving. Free pickup, tax deductible, and all for WYXR. Donate your vehicle at cars.wyxr.org.
I'm Dr. Lisa Beasley, a family nurse practitioner and host of the podcast series Helpful High Notes, located on the WYXR Podcast Network. Episodes are released weekly, and I invite you to listen, like, and follow. Episode topics for the month of August include back-to-school health for children, as well as awareness on immunization updates, breastfeeding, and dealing with grief and loss. Visit the WYXR Podcast Network at wyxr.org or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
WYXR is about celebrating Memphis every day, so you know we're not going to miss the opportunity to show up for our city on 901 Day. We're teaming with the City of Memphis, iHeartMedia, Memphis Grizzlies, and more for a full takeover of Beale Street, featuring live music, special guests, crafts, and more from the best the Bluff City has to offer. We'll see you in the city on Monday, September 1st from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Stay tuned for lineup announcements and more details.
Support for WYXR comes from Goner Records, presenting Goner Fest 22, taking place September 25th through 28th at WYXR Brewery on Broad Avenue and the Overton Park Shell, featuring artists including Lightning Bolt, Witch, Silkworm, Snooper, Robin Hitchcock, and more. Tickets and more info at gonerfest.com.
Support for WYXR comes from Rootstock Wine Merchants. Located at 644 Madison in the Edge District, Rootstock is committed to bringing Memphis wines from small, independent producers with minimal intervention. More information on Rootstock's full selection of wine, beer, and spirits and online ordering available at rootstockmemphis.com.
Support for WYXR comes from Slowdown Cinema Club, presenting a special screening of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind at the Museum of Science and History on Friday, August 22nd. More info and tickets can be found at slowdowndrygoods.com. Did you know when you purchase a specialty arts license plate, you're supporting the Tennessee Arts Commission and organizations like WYXR? It's easy. Just take your old plate to your county clerk and swap it out, or choose the arts plate when it's time for renewal. Show your love for WYXR and other Tennessee arts organizations by visiting tnspecialtyplates.org.
I'm Dr. Lisa Beasley, a family nurse practitioner and host of the podcast series Helpful High Notes, located on the WYXR Podcast Network. Episodes are released weekly, and I invite you to listen, like, and follow. Episode topics for the month of August include back-to-school health for children, as well as awareness on immunization updates, breastfeeding, and dealing with grief and loss. Visit the WYXR Podcast Network at wyxr.org or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Support from WYXR comes from Sunset Jazz at Court Square, a free, family-friendly concert series presented by Just Jazzin', Downtown Memphis and City of Memphis. Held every second Sunday from May through October, this annual event brings the smooth sounds of Memphis jazz to the heart of downtown at 62 North Main Street. Each show spotlights local talent in a wide range of styles, from straight ahead to swing. More information can be found at sunsetjazzmemphis.com.
Programming for WYXR is brought to you by a grant from the Hyde Family Foundation, who is committed to creating a better future for the city of Memphis by supporting initiatives that enrich our city's cultural landscape.
What does being a great mentor look like? Someone who shows up, listens, and is consistent. You don't have to be perfect to be the perfect mentor to a young person. To learn how you can make a difference and join the mentoring movement, visit grizzliesfoundation.org.
Programming for WYXR is brought to you by a grant from the Hyde Family Foundation, who is committed to creating a better future for the city of Memphis by supporting initiatives that enrich our city's cultural landscape.
Support for WYXR comes from IREM Memphis, dedicated to advancing the knowledge and professionalism of real estate managers through education, networking, and advocacy. More information at irem-memphis.org. Support for WYXR comes from Halloran Center Presents, featuring the Jenkins Family Reunion, a soulful murder mystery experience in partnership with Princeton James Productions. This interactive dinner theater experience includes a night of mystery, music, and more on Sunday, August 24th. More information and tickets at orpheum-memphis.com.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this hot Monday evening in the city. Chip with you. And as happens every now and again, my guests, I don't know what happened, are not available at this particular point in time. I had two of them scheduled for this time. of the show, and we've not heard anything from them. So we're going to try to move on here. I'm trying to switch things around. Okay. So my last guests are going to be my next guest, and they have logged on now. I mentioned at the top of the show, these two are marriage counselors. They're married marriage counselors, and they have their website or their business has an interesting title. It's called His Wife, Her Husband, and they are a married couple, and they're on with me right now. Welcome, Patrick and Shemika Herrington. Hey guys, great to see you. How you doing?
Doing well. Can you hear us well?
We can hear you well. How you doing tonight?
Okay. I'm doing good. Doing real good. I'm going to turn you up a little bit on my end.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I heard Shemika say awesome sauce. That's pretty good.
Right. That's okay.
Welcome.
That's okay.
Well, listen, welcome to the broadcast, and glad you could make it on the show. So, we marriage is not easy by a lot of standards. There's a give and take, there's compromise, there's ups and downs, there's ins and outs, the whole 9 yards. You all are married counselors. I believe Shemika told me, and I can't remember how long you've been married, but I know you have 5 children. You've been there for a long time. How long have you both been married? How long have you been married?
Almost 3 decades. We're 2 shy from 3 decades.
That's 28, ladies and gentlemen, if you're keeping score. There you go. So, that's good stuff. And I guess I wonder, how does one or how does a couple decide at some point or another to become marriage counselors, to go into this particular field?
So I wanted to do one correction. We're coaches, not counselors.
Okay, marriage coaches. Okay,
that's the difference. That's the difference. Shemika will probably explain it to you better than I can.
Yeah, counselors more so deal with the past issues, getting you to overcome past things, to get you stabilized in the present. Where coaches get you from where you currently are to where you desire to be in the future. Now, by the same token, sometimes with coaching, we do have to sometimes hear some things of the past, but we don't necessarily address it to help one unpack it. But it's more so we hear it. It may be something that you're dealing with right now, but then it's where you want to go in the future, where you desire to be in your marriage.
But how we got started was we worked together as by trade. I'm a barber and she's a manicurist, and we work in the same building. So we work together, we worship together, we coach together, all those things we do together. And we started. We noticed that a lot of couples were asking us for advice. And so we realized, we're answering the same questions from different couples. So we started a YouTube channel first in 2019. And from the YouTube channel, that pushed us into coaching, where we've got both got mental health certification as mental health coaches. We thought that was necessary before we became marriage coaches. And then we also went through Christian counseling coaching. We got certifications from there. And from there, it just, we've been
blossoming and blooming.
Okay. So that brings the question. So you said that you both were working in the same building and doing your thing or whatever, and people were coming to you both talking about their marriages or their relationships. Why do you think that was? What was there about you two in particular that made them reach out to you and ask about this, that, or the other?
Now that's a good question, Chip.
Yes, ma'am.
So I believe that they came because they could see, they saw results. They saw our life, and I believe they felt comfortable enough and safe enough to ask what is it that we were doing? How do we do it?
Right.
And so
and then also they would see, because we worked together, they would see when we weren't getting along. So they were able to kind of peep in on those days when we failed in communicating, those days when we weren't together. And they also saw us mending those things together as time go on. And I guess seeing that we're a real couple and we're not the Huxtables,
though that is my look up to coach.
Everybody has an idol. I got you. Okay, so the Huxtables were your idol. Okay, so how did you deal with it as a couple? Like I said, there are times when we as people, we don't get along. I mean, there are times when we wake up one way and the other one wakes up the other way, and the trains are going in the opposite direction. So how did you work that out on a daily basis, especially since you worked in the same place and same business?
Walls and doors.
Explain that. Explain that.
So in the building we have, so she had one room and I had another room. So there were times where we didn't get along, and we thank God for walls and doors, and it allowed us time to process it, actually in the same office, but just away from each other enough that we can process individual before we began talking. I would say this, I think this helped out a little bit more for us. I was talking about our 14th year was the year that the actual divorce word actually came up. And I was kind of praying about it, and I was asking God, I was blaming God as the reason why my marriage was failing. And God just told me to, begin to love more, love harder, all the things I was doing, do more of that. So fast forward, we came up with this thing called date day. So particularly on Mondays, we don't answer the phone for anybody. We don't answer text messages. We don't entertain anybody else but each other. Even if we're mad at each other, we're still in the same room. Again, there's no real physical thing that's going on. So we're able to be in the same room together. And from that opportunity that we have on Mondays, it allowed us to be able to be present in each other's presence consistently. And at some point, that opportunity to discuss why we're not getting along or why there's missing, it opens up more opportunities for that. So.
And the reality is this, like in a marriage relationship, really in all relationships, but in particular, the marriage relationship, it's a very intimate relationship. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to have conflict. You're going to have communication things, like you have to keep talking and discussing. But at the end of the day, it's like, I love you enough to work through it. Right. And that's the part that if I could say to the listeners, and just a reminder, even to Patrick and myself, it's like, I love you enough to stick and stay. I love you enough to wrestle through and to get through whatever that thing is so that we can continue to start thriving. Because there are times where you just kind of go into a survival mode. It's just like, it's just enough breath to stay alive. But I believe that there is a thrive, a word that I like to make up words. Okay. So the word I came up with is thrivability, that there is a such thing as thrivability, the ability to grow and to develop and flourish in a marriage relationship, where you begin to be able to experience the fruit of how God originally designed it. So do it in the midst of a fallen world. Sorry.
Right. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. And I was going to ask you, so, that particular element of it, the talking, the communication part of it, you hear that is clearly the most important part. And you all recognize that, as well. But I'm sure you find this today. There are so many people out here today that give up so easily. I mean, they have disagreements and they this and that, and next thing you know, certain words are used, and then you can't put them back, and then people get to another level, and then they want to split up, break up, and move on. And what you're saying as a classic example is, look, we've been to the brink, but we understand that we had to come to the place to understand that we love each other much more than what we're dealing with, and that we can deal with it. Am I correct in that? Am I saying that right?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. And here's the thing, though. There are, that we know of, that from our research, there are 4 stages where marriage gets trouble. It's like the first 3, then the 7-year itch. There's the 14th year, and then there's the 25th year. I used to wonder, how do couples divorce after 25 years? Yeah. Well, the reason why is because of communication. That things have changed, but because there's children, there's career, there's parents, and then when all of those things are gone, and so when the parents have deceased, when the children have gone and grown, and when the career people have retired, I don't know who I'm married to anymore, and I don't like the person that I see, because I haven't grown with them through communicating as they were going on. So where I used to always do the example, you used to like hot sauce with popcorn. Now you don't like hot sauce with popcorn. And she's saying, I haven't been liking hot sauce with popcorn for 10 years. You're not paying attention. But that's because there's not enough communication. Check this out. Check this word out. There's not enough communication with your friend. That's another key part that's developing. People are not friends with their spouse.
You know what? And another thing too, Chip, is that going back to what Patrick said earlier, it's one thing to be communicating. Like, we can talk at each other. Sure. But when you're talking to each other, and it's for the a purpose of gaining understanding. It's to listen to be understood. It's to communicate so that the listener will be able to grab hold of it. It's really about being present. And I think a lot of us as married couples, we are just living through life. It's like we've become roommates. But as far as really being locked in and loaded in, and I'm talking about like legacy building, yeah, that's when it's like, I'm here with you. And like, I love you. I like you. I want to build a lifelong legacy with you. So tell me what's on your mind. Let's check in. What's on your heart? Not just on your mind, but what's in your heart. What you thinking about? What's your dreams? What's your desires?
So having said that, and one of the things that sort of drew me to you from the perspective of, I said, this is interesting. You go about what you're doing as marriage coaches from a biblical perspective, which I think most all couples should be going through in terms of that. But talk a little bit about that in particular.
You know, when it comes to marriages, I think a lot of us in the culture, we have a tendency to think that this is a man-made construct. That is far from the truth. We are human beings experiencing marriage here on earth, but this is a divine assignment. And if we do not get in the Word of God to find out what the original design was and bring in His kingdom concept, His kingdom mind in our marriage, it will flop. But there is God has designed a plan for us to experience marriage and relationship at its fullest, and it is found in His Word. Now, He doesn't make us do it. But if you are a married couple and you desire to do it God's way, and you really seek to build and sustain your marriage so that you can thrive the way He intended for it, He has given us the principles. He's given us the tools to do such. Yep.
That is, he said, yep. So listen, I'm gonna do something very unusual. I don't believe I've ever done this on this show before. So you were supposed to come up. You were supposed to come up a little bit later on. Okay. So I have a guest in the bullpen right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to interview them, and then I want you guys to come back in about 10 minutes or so, about maybe 6:45 ish. Log back in, because we can continue having this conversation, because I do believe that this is a very, very important topic of conversation for a lot of people, whether they choose to admit it or not. Is that cool? Can you guys hang out for a few minutes and join me again in a few minutes?
So we log out and then log back in?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Either that, or you can just hang on and we can just go to the other guest, or however you want to do it. But I want to talk to you all again, in your assigned slot, because I do have more questions I want to ask, if that's cool with you guys.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
okay.
Fine.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, ladies. So Brent, here's what we're going to do, Brent. We're going to switch out now. We're going to switch out. And we're going to leave the Herringtons for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back to them in a few minutes to finish this conversation up. But I told you at the beginning of the broadcast that Tennessee Southwest Community College has an aviation program, I think it's the first of its kind, or one of its kind. They're teaching folks how to fly out here. And I have two folks right now who are joining me, and there's one of them right there, Daryl, and there's the other one. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Aaron Jagers and Daryl DeGraffin Reed, both of the aviation program. Dr. Jagers is over that program, and Daryl is a student of the program. Gentlemen, good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing great. Daryl, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Very, very good. Well, listen, welcome into the show. I find this to be very, very fascinating. And I don't know, but Dr. Jagers, you can probably tell me if this is the case. Is this the first and or only school that teaches aviation in the Mid-South? I'm not aware. I don't know.
Well, we are the Southwest Tennessee Community College is the first 2-year community college to offer an aviation program.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we are the first provisional Part 141 school in West Tennessee. There are other flight schools.
Well, wait a minute. What does provisional 141 mean?
Provisional 141 means that our pilot concentration in our program has met all the rigorous standards that the FAA has as far as pilot training, curriculum, safety measures, and how we are record keeping. And we also go through audits from the FAA, so that the FAA is very important because they make sure everything stays in the sky. And everybody's not crashing into each other. So it's a very hard thing to accomplish, but we did do it here at Southwest Tennessee Community College. Now, for our students, that means that if you are under our Part 141, that means there's going to be less flight hours, and which means less flight hours, which means less gas, which means the cost is going to be less, and you can get into your regional carrier a little earlier than you did if we were not a Part 141 school.
Well, that's interesting in and of itself. So, Daryl, kind of talk to me a little bit about your interest, your background. I don't know how old you are, but how was it that you decided? Is this something that you had visions of as a younger person? Did you always want to be in the world of aviation, a pilot? I mean, how did you come to this?
All right, so I'm 19 years old. I'm a private pilot. I've been training out of Southwest's aviation program since last fall. And my interest in it started about 2 years prior. Just in the program itself. As far as being a pilot goes, that was always there for me when I was about 14.
So
what drew me to Southwest was its location. It's already in the Memphis area. I'm a native to Memphis, so I don't have to go out to all these other big fancy aviation schools and pay lots of money out of pocket for tuition to fly. So location, cost, and convenience were the biggest three things for me.
So let me ask you, in terms of all of that, and in terms of the quality of the teaching and the quality of the education that you're getting, I mean, I don't know if you can rank it or not, but I mean, how would you assess what you have learned in the past year or so?
I've learned a lot over the past couple of years. I've learned a lot. And as far as ranking goes, if Southwest was a restaurant and you had to give it stars 1 through 5, I'd say it's a 4.5.
Okay.
I'd say it's a 4.5.
Okay.
I'd say there's a little bit of room and improvement for the school for what it can do in the future, but it's getting there pretty fast. The program's really young.
It is really young. And did you say that you were a pilot? How long have you been a pilot, did you say?
Yeah, so I just turned 19 about a month ago, and I got my license when I was 18 back in December.
Private license.
Yes, sir, private pilot license, so I can fly wherever I want to.
Wow, well, that's pretty impressive. And you said you just picked it up the interest in it a couple of years before that. Did I hear you say that correctly?
Yes, sir. So I don't know how familiar you are with the Memphis aviation area, but
zero
right now. So there's 2 big high schools right now that have aviation programs. And I went to one of them back in my high school days. I went to East High School.
Okay.
And they have an aviation class that takes you from 9th grade to 12th grade, and I did all 4 years of it.
Wow. Okay. Well, look, Dr. Jagers, do you find that in terms of this aviation, this new world of aviation, and the flying, and a lot of folks have the visions of flying and really don't understand all that goes into this, are you finding that you're seeing more and more younger folks perhaps wanting to go into the world of aviation or not? What are you seeing there?
Yes, the program started in the spring of 2022.
Okay.
We have, and I think we started with 6 or 7 students, and right now we are up to 48 to 50 students in the program.
Oh, wow.
And we just graduated in 2024, our first cohort. So from the beginning to now, yes, we are seeing interest. And we also have 2 other concentrations besides our pilot concentration. We have our flight dispatch concentration, which is the air traffic control portion of it. And we have our aviation administration part, which is more like a business admin. So there are places that you can fit in aviation without flying, because some people may get up in a plane and throw up on themselves.
Right.
You don't want that to happen, but that shouldn't limit you from being in the world of aviation. So yes, we are seeing interest. Yes, and our first practical class is full right now. So we're growing, and just like Daryl said, there's always room for improvement. So we're always improving. And we always want to make sure that our students have pathways to get the proper training through us and that leads to jobs in the future when they graduate from us.
Now, I want people to know, people who might be watching this or listening to you right now or catching this broadcast a bit later, and you said this at the beginning, but I want people to understand that this is a 2-year program because you're a 2-year college, but there's work that needs to go into this. You can't come into this. If you come into this and you do have 3 specific areas that you just mentioned, which I think is great, but if you're going to come, you need to come correct, don't you? I mean, you really need to be serious about this because you have to be serious about this to meet FAA regulation standards. Did I say that correctly?
Said that correctly. We are audited by the FAA. So if we take a class of 10 and all 10 fail, then we may lose our FAA credentials. So what we want to do, we want students that are serious about this journey, and we'll try to provide every resource that we can to make sure that students is successful.
Yeah. So Daryl, when you talk to your friends or family members or whomever, in reference to it, like you said, you've been flying for a little bit of a while, and they may say something to you about, man, that's pretty cool. You know, how do I get into this? How do I be involved? What would you tell a young person who might have an interest in the world of aviation in reference to what you went through and what the program's all about? From your perspective, how would you describe it? What would you say?
Well, first off, it's a grind. It's definitely a grind. It's if anything, it's a marathon to get here. And I'm just getting started. If I were to I don't know, go back in time and talk to my younger self about getting into this, I'd tell them that you need to be prepared to I don't want to say the word struggle because I've had a lot of, not handouts, but a lot of aid on my way that's helped me get to where I am. But you need to be prepared to just fight. Just keep fighting. Get back in the ring. Get back in the books. Get back in the airplane. Whenever you're down, just keep going at it. If you want to get into it, then just do it. Show up. Just show up to a flight school. Say, hey, can I get a discovery flight? Can I just go in a lap with one of you flight instructors? Sometimes they'll say yes, sometimes they'll say no, but you never know if you never try.
Right. And a discovery flight is a flight where you as an individual can go into a plane that we train on with a trained pilot and just fly. And you'll get an opportunity to grab the sticks sometimes, but you can know, hey, this feels good while I'm up here, or hey, my head is hurt, or I can't breathe while I'm up here. So discovery flights are always the first thing that if you want to be a pilot, take your discovery flight first so you can get a feel for what it's like to be up in the air. And your body will tell you, yes, I can handle this, or no, I cannot, which is okay because we do have other avenues where you can be in aviation as well.
Well, I got to tell you something, man. I'm really, just listening to you both talk, I'm very impressed. And again, Southwest Tennessee Community College is doing big things. And, you're setting folks up to be the next pilots, to be the next air traffic controllers or other occupations within an area that many of them probably never thought that they would be a part of. And so this is, to me, kind of what makes this so special. And what would you say as a closeout, Dr. Jagers, what would you say to anyone, because Daryl described it pretty well from his perspective. You know what? This is not a cakewalk, and if you're going to get here and you're going to come here, you need to be serious about what you're doing, and you need to understand that they're not playing when it comes to this. So what would you say? What would you say?
And Memphis being the grind city, like Daryl said, this is a grind. This is not a 1+1 situation. Mm-hmm. Say 2. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to get your simulation time in. You're going to be encumbered with terms that you never heard before, but you need to know those terms and become an expert at it. So it is hard work. It is very hard work, but it's doable hard work. Everybody can achieve it if you try, put your effort in, and be organized. You can make it happen, and we're along the way that we can help you make it happen.
All right. Well, listen, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Derek. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. I just wanted to say that most people don't know this, but only 3% of pilots are black. Just 3%. If you think of all the major airlines out there, they're based in majority black cities. You got Delta in Atlanta, you got United Airlines in Chicago, Southwest Airlines and American Airlines in Dallas, Texas. They're surrounded by these majority black cities, yet none of the pilots are black. It's crazy.
Well, listen. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for any young black people out there who are tuned in to this radio station right now, I just want to say that you can make the difference. You can change that. You can take back what's yours.
Well, listen, to both of you, congratulations. This is big time stuff, and that's why I wanted you on the show to talk about this. Dr. Aaron Jagers and Daryl Garafin-Reed, who is a pilot now and the future of aviation, and he's right. We need to do better in terms of those statistics. But thank you both for coming on the show tonight. Thank you for walking us through it. And thank you for all the work that you're doing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you so much.
All right.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's how you see. This is hard work will get you somewhere in this world. Tennessee Southwest Community College is doing big things. They really, really are. And this program has been in effect for 2 years. What Daryl said was pretty interesting. And try to get them back, Brent, for me the last couple. 3%? That's it? 2 or 3%? Look like me. Who are flying these planes out here. So we need to up the odds and raise and raise the rate here, all of this. And so I'm really excited about this. And I hope that if you didn't get a chance to catch this interview, I hope you do catch it later in reference to what they're doing with this aviation program at Tennessee Southwest Community College. Now, if you have been with me for the hour, I had to switch things around. Sarah Carpenter had a family emergency, and she just sent me a note to say that she apologized. She couldn't make it, but God bless, her situation. I hope everything turns out okay. But we do have Patrick and Shemika Herrington, founders of His Wife, Her Husband. They're marriage coaches, and I hope that you married couple, some of you out there were paying attention to what we were talking about. No marriage is perfect, no life is perfect, no people are perfect. We have to work. It's a constant job, and the phrase "happy wife, happy life" it rings pretty true in my head. I can tell you that right now.
No.
No, you can't. No, you're not gonna change me. You're not gonna change me on that, Daryl. But go ahead. No, but go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead.
So for me, that excludes the husband when we say happy wife, happy life. So I like to say, happy spouse, happy house.
Okay, we'll go with that. All right, that's fine. Yeah, all right, okay. All right, you got me on that one. Oh, Shemika was like cheering when I said Shemika was just no. She was cheering you on. See, I know what you guys got going on. I can see that right now. But what we were talking about this earlier, and I want to talk about again. I want to go back to the Bible, the biblical perspective that you all utilize in terms of your coaching. I mean, this is something that God was very serious about, and I want you to talk a little bit about that.
So I saw a couple of things. Typically, when we're using or we're giving or coaching and advising couples, we try to find scriptures that back up what we're saying.
Right.
So while there are maybe philosophical things out there, what does the Bible say about that particular thing? In terms of, I think it's communication, a soft answer drives away wrath, or something. I think it's something like that. And so we're using really what's already ready, but we're using biblical principles to support those tools.
Practicality.
Yeah. So for me, even when I first got married, or when I got saved, and I'm like, I don't really know how to romance. I don't really know how to be the husband I think I'm supposed to be. I went to the Word of God to figure out, well, how does Christ is to the church? And so for me, I began to do as much of mimicking how Christ is to the church, and then do that towards my wife, and that kind of helped in terms of our marriage, building and being sustained from that point.
And the other interesting part to that too is Patrick, unbeknownst to Patrick, I was learning how the church is to respond to Christ. And so it's a reciprocity, like the head of the body of Christ is Christ. And we are to respond to him in faith. And we are to respond to him in faithfulness. And so, and so I started doing that, responding in love and respect to Patrick. Like when he put forth the effort to respond with acknowledging it, recognizing it, respecting it, and it has made the difference.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What are you gonna say?
So one of the things that, and this is why I challenge husbands, because we love to bring out wives, submit to your own husband. I like the NLT version.
It's in Ephesians.
There's a version. I mean, there's a verse before that. It says, "Submit yourselves one to another."
Right.
Then it goes into what that looks like for the husband. So it says, "Submit yourselves one to another." For the husband, this looks like this. For the wife, this looks like this. And so from that, it's not you're subordinate or submissive to the point where there's not a submission done on my part as well, because there's something that she's better at that I can't do. And that term, at that point, guess what? I'm submitted to her because it says finances. She understands finances better than I do. So if that's the case, then if the husband is not good, then you have to submit to her in that particular term on that particular situation that's going on.
So we're talking strengths and weaknesses, and we've all got them. What would you say as a couple who do this daily is the biggest issue, or some of the biggest issues that couples come to you with? What are people dealing with the most that you all have found out through the work that you do?
It's interesting. It's being unequally yoked. Being unequally yoked, meaning that they're not seeing eye to eye in their faith. And how do they get through that? That's what has grown our audience in the coaching. Yeah. It was that. It's was being unequally yoked in their faith. So that goes back to the communication. Somewhere along the way, the couple was just enamored with each other, that they didn't really do the hard work of digging down to see what it is that really is the bedrock and will be the foundation of their relationship, their marriage.
Mm-hmm. How important, I guess is the word I choose to use at this particular point, is adversity in a marriage? Because I mean, we all go through struggles and difficult moments and moments that test. But in terms of the term adversity, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges in terms of that?
Again, for me, communication is still number one in the list, even in terms of adversity. So it's not that it's not, if I can say it this way, I'm using the word fight, but I'm not really meaning fight. So it's not that we're not going to fight or we're not going to disagree. It's how do you disagree? And so that's where management conflict comes in that particular place, in terms of how do I actually deal with this conflict? Do I avoid, like, what's the situation? What's going on? Am I going to use the avoidance method? Am I going to collaborate and compromise, meaning we both win and we both lose? Am I going to are you competing? So all of these management conflict styles, you have to take into consideration when adversity happens in the marriage.
And it's interesting too. I think that a lot of times, as married couples, we don't want to think or prepare for adversity, but that comes with life. And so one of the things that I have found that adversity can do when you're prepared for it is it make you lean into your spouse more versus oppose and fight. So the thing is that life runs in cycles and seasons, and so does marriages. Like, you're going to have summers where it's longer days and there are longer, hotter days. But it's like, how do you prepare for that? You have your cool cup of water. You make sure that they have their water. So it's the things, it's the keeping cool. It's the doing your best to make the necessary adjustments and to adapt in the face of adversity.
I'll say this too, and we're saying it as if though, like, we don't, like, keep in mind, we're human beings, so we're flawed.
Sure.
But one of the things that we do when we're having issues with one another, we still try to serve each other to the best of our ability. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong, but serving my wife, even when we're not getting along, is one of those things I want to do, again, because this is my friend. So I want to make sure that no matter how I feel, I can make sure that she is comfortable, that she feels loved, and that I'm creating this atmosphere where I'm saying intimacy, but I'm creating this atmosphere where she feels safe still in the midst of our adversity.
Well, listen, you two, thank you for coming on the show and really kind of being flexible about all of it. There we go, that flexibility. About all of this tonight, and really. I hope you helped a lot of folks out there who might be listening to all of this because I think like I said, marriage is not the easiest thing in the world, but it can be very successful, as you two have proven to be. So I'm very happy to have had you on the show, Patrick and Shemika Herrington, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you all for coming on the show. I really enjoyed the conversation, and I'll bring you back down the road if you don't mind.
No problem at all. One thing before you go, our son is in aviation school as well, and so we was listening to the young man earlier before we got that.
Look at that. There you go. That's right. That 3%. We're gonna raise that percentage. Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate you. All right. Have a great night.
Take care.
There you go. Yes, sir. That was a good conversation there, and we turned a bit of a problem into a pretty good show, I think, tonight. Before we get out of here, Bren hosts Event Horizon, which comes up in about 2 minutes. And Bren, what is on the palette for this evening's broadcast from you?
Yeah, that's right.
You like how I said that? That was pretty.
Yes. On today's palettes, I think I can't think of a better phrase for it.
Yeah.
I guess it'll be like a bit of a summer vibe, a little bit of hip hop and some heavy rock, and then we'll go a little electronic towards the second half as we approach dusk.
Dusk, I like that. Yeah, it's coming about 8 o'clock, I guess, right? But the dusk, by the time you get off, almost
getting closer.
Getting closer, absolutely. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in to Event Horizon with Bren Butler. He comes up right after us. As Lola said earlier this evening, she said, "You know what? This crew, we run this part of the night, man. I'm telling you, Lola starts it with Level Lola at 5 to 6, and then we come along with a little talk here from 6 to 7, and then Bren rounds this thing off from 7 to 8 with Event Horizon. So as he plays this out, listen, I thought this was a pretty good show tonight. I don't hope I'm not alone in all of that, but nonetheless, you roll, you rock and you roll, and you roll and you rock. But if you stuck with us tonight, thank you for being a part of what we do. If you didn't get a chance to see all of the show live, go to my Facebook page, check it out. Or when the show comes out as a podcast on Wednesday, Thursday, go to your favorite podcast platform, put in Real Talk Chip, and the show will pop up. There you go. So for all of us here on Real Talk Memphis, Level Lola, ladies and gentlemen, my girl right behind us here. And, of course, Bren, who will be up in about a minute or so with this week's episode of Event Horizon. Thank you all, as always, for being a part of what we do. We really appreciate it. If you enjoy what we do, go out and tell somebody. So for all of us here, for Bren, for Lola, and for yours truly, Chip, God bless you. Stay safe in this heat. Stay safe, period. And we look forward to seeing you again real soon. We are out.